Hi guys, it's Dan and you're watching another one of my Photoshop tutorials out of my series. This is my fourth installment and today we'll be designing this button as you can see. It's quite a nice button, some glossy effects, bevel and emboss, not bevel and emboss actually, it's drop shadow, and some other cool effects really. This can be used on basically all sort of web sharing sites and such, if you're using websites. I'll also show you how to resize this later on. So we're going to go straight in and create a new document. Yeah, okay, we're going to want to select a fairish dark gradient for your background layer, so we're going to want to unlock this. And we're going to want a fairly dark background gradient. So fading from black to sort of darkish grey should do quite nicely. Something like that. Now we're going to want to create our rounded rectangle. Set the radius of it to 45 degrees and just drag out and come off the screen a little. Something like that. We're going to zoom out for this part. Then we go back to it and subtract front shape. This will appear as a little minus beneath your plus, and this just subtracts your selection from the shape. So we just want to take off the bottom part like that. Now we're going to go to our blending options. And going for a gradient overlay, and we're just going to want to select a gradient overlay that's slightly lighter than the one we've already got selected. I've already got these preset gradients and there will be a link in the description for all these preset gradients. That one should do. Just realised this background gradient's a bit too dark, so if I get gradient and then something such as that should work much nicer. Now we're going to create a inner glow on this. Set it to white. Set the mode to screen, opacity 100%. Size up, I've got the bump the size up to about 10. 10 should do for size. And bump the choke up. Actually, set the size to about 13, so that gives you a nice inner glow effect on your rectangle. Now we're going to want to create our text in the middle. So, monsters. Center around it as best possible, so you'll spend a little bit more time. Straight in for effects, blending options, and then gradient overlay. We're going to want a really quite dark one this time. It needs to be fairly dark, darker than your background. Something like this should do. I'm just going to reverse the dark colours on top. Makes it slightly easier. Now we're going to want to apply a drop shadow to this. Angle of minus 50 degrees, so it appears above the shape. I'm going to set this to 100%. Distance down to 0. This up to 10. Sorry, spread down to 0. Distance up to 10. Alright. 1, 5, and change the colour to white. I'm going to put this to overlay to get like a nice white glow behind it. So distance 3, spread 0, size 5, overlay as the blend mode, set to white, opacity 100%, and that should do you for that. Of course you can add some other effects if you wish to, such as an inner shadow. Just apply an inner shadow and leave it as it is. That should do for the inner shadow. Now we'll move on to our glossy effect. So we're going to create a new layer. Go to our pen tool. Click just above the shape. Click somewhere around here and just drag your thing up to create a subtle curve. Come back around, to here. Now we've got our selection. Right click, make selection. We want to set this to add. Sorry. On this shape, we need to select the shape. So hold Control and click on the thumbnail. Make selection, and then hit intersect with selection. So this should just select this half for you, which is the half we actually want. Now we're just going to go to a default black and white preset and drag from the bottom of the shape, holding shift up to the top of the shape. Black should be on the bottom. Now we're going to want to set this to screen and bring the opacity down to about 40%, maybe a bit lower, 32% in this case. That gives you that sort of nice curve. I may even lower the opacity just a tad more so you can see through a tiny bit. So that's it basically, guys. Of course, you can hide the background layer, so you've just got the shape itself, and that's it. So you just want to go ahead now, File, Save Desktop, and save it as a PNG. You can resize this image quite easily for websites. You have to constrain proportions and scale size, set this to 100, and that's actually a decent size for websites and buttons. You have to save it as a PNG to keep the background transparency, so it's just a shape. Thanks guys, see you later.